Welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. I'm Amy Nichols and I'm Matt's wife. Today, Matt and Tim are going to be talking about Acer oliverianum hot blonde, one of my favorite trees.
Hi, I'm Matt Nichols at MrMaple.com. Today we're going to be talking about Acer oliverianum hot blonde. This is a really fun new selection from our Area 51 collection. You may have heard us talking about the Area 51 collection before. Basically, a lot of our new introductions at Mr. Maple, we call them the Area 51 collection. So this is one of our own introductions. This is a Chinese maple, likely hybridized with a Japanese maple for that bright yellow color. Acer oliverianum is exceptionally heat tolerant. We love this one for its spring color. This one leaves out one of the brightest yellows of any maple we do. So it leaves out an exuberant yellow with kind of pinkish new growth to it. Some amazing color changes. Late summer that fades to a brightish yellow with a chartreuse green older growth. And the fall colors are some of the very last to change. They actually hit some amazing hot pinks and bright reds. So it goes through some great fall color changes. This is a tree you're sure to love in your garden.
Hi, I'm Tim Nichols at MrMaple.com. We greatly appreciate you watching this video. Please like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and as always, sign up for our weekly emails on MrMaple.com. We had 10 new fun and exciting trees every single Tuesday at 10 a.m. That's going to be something that you'll want to be a part of. Acer oliverianum hot blonde is a very fun yellow that's going to add a lot of great color in the garden. It's an Acer oliverianum variety oliverianum, which means that it's more cold tolerant than oliverianum formosanum. This tree makes a nice, vigorous, upright tree with a nice, upright form that'll end up getting about 12 to 14 feet in about 15 years. This is a tree that's just going to add a lot of great color in the landscape.
There are a lot of great uses for a tree with that kind of heat tolerance. Acer oliverianum hot blonde is exceptionally heat tolerant. I've had great reports from customers in Charleston, South Carolina in full sun. This is a bright yellow that can handle the sun. It's very vigorous and very fast growing. So this is a great tree to pair in other areas where you want to provide a little bit of shade for your other Japanese maples. Typically, Acer oliverianum hot blonde is going to grow about 1 foot to 1.5 foot of growth a year. So it's on that upper scale for a maple, very vigorous and very colorful. So you're going to want to put this in a focal point area, an area where you can really show off those bright yellows. This is one I love to pair in the garden with dark reds because you're going to get really that accent of color. So any of your basic lace leaves, Tamukiyama, Emperor 1 even as an upright, those are great pairings near this because they're really going to show out color wise and they're going to have something different in every single season. This is again one of the few yellows you can put in a good bit of sun. Exceptionally heat tolerant with that Acer oliverianum heritage. It comes from a more heat tolerant area, a hotter area in China. So it gives you that full sun tolerance and a little bit more durable than some Japanese maples for this full sun, especially for a bright yellow.
Acer oliverianum hot blonde is actually, we believe, to be a hybrid with a yellow Japanese maple, but it definitely has more Acer oliverianum influence as you see just the Acer oliverianum leaf and the heat tolerance and the vigor that goes with Acer oliverianum. So this is going to be a great tree for high heat areas. That's going to give you a lot of great color. This is part of our Area 51 collection. We call it our Area 51 collection because years ago we would go off to a garden show or we'd go off to a maple sighting meeting and Dad would say, "I sold that Japanese maple you had," and then we said, "Oh, junk, we only had one of those." And so we started calling it the Area 51 where we hide our special things that you have to have special clearance to go in to those greenhouses. And so this is part of our Area 51 collection. It's the maples that are just outstanding and out of this world. A very fun tree and a tree you're sure to love. Let's do an up-close look at those Acer oliverianum leaves.
So here we have an up-close look at Acer oliverianum hot blonde. I love how this one has that kind of pinkish new growth to it. It's really accented like that in the shade in the early spring. So if you give this one a little shade in the early spring, you'll see lots of flushes of hot pink over top of the yellow, which really give it an interesting accent. Again, this one has that heavily oliverianum subspecies oliverianum leaf, which I love. It gives it a very elongated leaf and heavily divided.
I love how after that pink flush goes away, you still have a little bit of a red border to this on this yellow leaf. It really gives a nice accent and the fall colors are outstanding. They're just out of this world.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this tree. That's why I got extra credit for naming it after my wife, Amy, and just love this one. It's one that has always been one of our favorites. We selected this, and it just stood out from everything else we'd been looking at. We really like selecting in Acer oliverianum. It's a fun section to look for new and interesting cultivars in because, one, not a lot's been done in that category, but two, because it's exceptionally heat tolerant. So when you're selecting an Acer oliverianum, you're kind of pushing the zones a little bit there, and you're pushing the envelope for how heat tolerant we can consider a Japanese maple. And that's exactly what Acer oliverianum Hot Blonde does. It's a super durable, super heat tolerant tree that's going to work for you zones 5 through 9, but push that sun tolerance for sure for a bright yellow.
This is one of my favorite trees that we do. The yellow colors just bring out so much other colors in the landscape. And this is going to be a tree that's just going to give you a bright, bright, bright yellow. Make sure to give this tree some sun to peak up that yellow color.
Because of that fast growth rate, I think this one's going to be a nursery favorite for a lot of people. It's one of our introductions, so it really hadn't hit the market a lot besides when we've offered it. But I think nurseries are going to love this one because of its accelerated growth rate. We pot these up from 1 gallons, and they're often finished 3 gallons by the end of the year. So it's an exceptionally vigorous tree with just a lot of good interest too. Hey, thanks for watching our quick video on Acer oliverianum Hot Blonde. I got extra credit for this one because I named it after my wife, Amy. That's who you saw at the beginning of the video. We greatly appreciate your support here on our channel. We greatly appreciate all the comments and likes. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit that bell. That'll subscribe you for any of our notifications. We had new videos all the time. And definitely share this with your gardening friends. That's the greatest way for our channel to grow, is for you to share it with your gardening friends. We greatly appreciate you following us. Have a great day, and as always, God bless.
If you're still watching at this point, comment your favorite species of maple in the comments below.